Welcome to another edition of the show. The night Randy Orton unleashed the Viper. The year was 2008. The WWE was in the midst of a golden era filled with iconic superstars and unforgettable moments. One of the most intriguing storylines of that time involved two men from different generations: Randy Orton, the rising star known for his ruthless demeanor, and Ric Flair, the legendary nature boy whose charisma and in-ring skills had captivated audiences for decades. Please, before we continue, do not forget to like and subscribe. Their paths crossed in a way that would forever alter the course of their careers and leave a lasting mark on WWE history. It was a backstage encounter that would be whispered about for years to come. The tension between Orton and Flair had been simmering for months. Orton, a third-generation wrestler, had developed a reputation for disrespecting the veterans of the business. His arrogance and disdain for the past had rubbed many the wrong way, including Flair, who was considered one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. The two men had clashed on several occasions, both in and out of the ring. Flair had often criticized Orton's lack of respect for the traditions of wrestling, while Orton had dismissed Flair as an aging relic of the past. Their rivalry had reached a boiling point, and it was only a matter of time before their differences erupted into a physical confrontation. It was a typical Monday night in WWE. The Raw roster was backstage, preparing for the show. Orton and Flair were both present, their paths crossing in a hallway. A heated exchange ensued, their words laced with venom and contempt. As the argument escalated, Orton's temper began to flare. Flair, sensing the danger, tried to defuse the situation. He reminded Orton of his responsibilities as a WWE superstar and the importance of maintaining a professional image. But Orton was beyond reason. He pushed Flair, and a physical altercation broke out. What followed was a brutal backstage brawl. Orton, fueled by rage, unleashed a barrage of punches and kicks on Flair. The legendary nature boy, despite his age, fought back valiantly, but Orton was relentless, his strikes landing with devastating force. The chaos attracted the attention of other WWE superstars and backstage staff. Attempts were made to separate the two men, but their fury was uncontrollable. The brawl continued, spilling into a nearby locker room. When the dust settled, Orton and Flair were both left battered and bruised. The incident had sent shockwaves through the WWE locker room. The rivalry between the two men had reached a new level of intensity, and the consequences would be far-reaching. The WWE was forced to address the situation quickly. Both Orton and Flair were suspended for their actions, and a public apology was demanded. The incident was also the subject of intense media scrutiny, with many questioning the company's ability to maintain order backstage. In the weeks and months that followed, the fallout from the brawl continued to reverberate. Orton and Flair were eventually reinstated but were kept apart. Their rivalry, however, was far from over. The incident had only served to fuel their hatred for one another, setting the stage for future confrontations. The backstage brawl between Randy Orton and Ric Flair remains one of the most infamous